Well, I want to put out this video in a different twist, and I don't know if it's going to be popular or not. Maybe some people are going to hate me for putting out this video in this manner. But I've noticed that looking at American Native peoples, American Native Indian history, if you want to use the word Indian, Native peoples, they're one of the peoples that really got screwed over the most in this country. I know you talk about immigrants coming over, the Irish, the Italians, the Polish, the Jews, whatever, the blacks and all this coming over and they get screwed over. But the ones that really got screwed over is the ones that lived here before the white man, or mostly the white man, settled over here in the United States. Um, Now, I don't know what the hell to do about it. I really don't. I really don't know. What the hell can I do about it, really? But I could say one thing. I do know something specifically that bang for the buck. In other words, pennies on what you get out of it. That you can greatly increase your lifespan and health, and maybe outlive the white man too. Because depending on who does it, it's going to be the ones that do it. More power to them. I know. Actually, what I'm advocating is something that I do. I practice what I preach. I take a lot of vitamin C every day, and the title of this video is going to be. I know somebody's going to hate the title of this video because save the Lakota through vitamin C. Maybe that is a damn corny title, but I don't know how the hell. What title can I freaking do? And it's not really just about the Lakota. It's about everybody that's, there's so many different cultures in this country that have been exterminated by bad treaties with Washington, D.C. over the years. And there's nothing I can do There's nothing I can do about it, really. What the hell can I do about it as an individual? Not a whole hell of a lot, but the advice I'm giving here is really powerful medicine. It's the only way I could put it. Actually, just in the last couple of days, I picked up a flu bug, and I was kind of surprised with all the vitamin C I take, but it happens. But I knocked it out in a day with commercial grade liposomol vitamin C, huge quantities of it. Actually, it took like 15,000, I think, in a day, 15,000 milligrams of liposomol vitamin C, commercial grade, which is that's $15 worth. That's not even cheap, but it worked, along with 30,000 of vitamin C powder in pills. Now that stuff is cheap. I actually want to tell you I actually want to say where to get it, because I found out these places that sell supplements. Some places can be 15 to 20 times more than other places, and you're getting the same damn thing. But vitamin C has been known to be an absolute antiviral side. Absolutely works against toxins, to neutralize toxins in the body. As a matter of fact, if you got, say, a rattlesnake bite, and you took like about 200 or 200,000 milligrams injection of a vitamin C, that might be enough, or maybe it needs a little more than that. That should be there is an amount that you could take with vitamin C that would totally neutralize the venom from a rattlesnake bite, and you wouldn't have any harm. As a matter of fact, people that were working on Fukushima and the radiation, people that took oral vitamin C plus commercial grade liposomol vitamin C together, they had absolutely no problems from working with the Fukushima radiation. So I have a theory though, people could probably double or triple their lifespans with just that one supplement, provided you get all the other nutrients from good foods. But by actually supplementing the vitamin C, well, let me tell you this. It's a theory, but maybe it's not so much of a theory. Way back during the time of Noah in the Bible, I talked about Noah living to be 920 years old. And then I think his son lived to be 600 something years old. And by the time it went down several generations to Abraham, he lived to be 175 years old. Then it got down to Moses, he was 120 years old. Well, some theorized that was the regression of the gene that went dormant in our body. That would have been the fourth gene that could enable us to make vitamin C in our body in quantities that we need. In other words, We have all four genes to produce vitamin C. Now, if all four genes were working, one of them is completely defunct in most people. Some people have a little bit of where it works a little bit. If all four of those genes were working really good to produce our own vitamin C in our bodies, scientists theorize we'd live to be hundreds of years old. It's probably why Noah lived to be that long. There was some kind of change. I don't know what happened. Changes on this earth. Maybe it's religious, maybe it's not religious, maybe it's just the earth changes. That happened. And it caused a mutation in that gene where that gene does not work. So that one missing gene, it's not a missing gene, but that one gene that went dormant is the fourth gene that enable us to produce vitamin C in our own bodies. But vitamin C is an absolute antiviral side, antitoxin, works against anything that's bad in your body, whether it's a pathogen or a free radical or any poisons or anything that you come into contact that harms the body. Vitamin C will neutralize it because it has two electrons that per molecule that can actually donate to quench free radicals, toxins, and works against any kind of bad microbe. It even works against candida, which is like a fungal problem in your digestive system. Now, you can't get enough vitamin C from the diet to give you optimal amounts. I mean, you'd have to eat like a calories of, I don't know, 20,000 calories a day of oranges to get the optimal amounts. You just can't do it. You have to really supplement. Now, I am saying this because this is something actually I do. I don't know what the hell it's going to do. I mean, it's a theory. If it don't work, it don't work. If it works, I mean, it's like I'm not going to be able to try to prove this theory and wait around, 200 or 300 years to see if it works on people. I'm trying it myself, but I think there's a lot of scientific basis to it. Now, I do know that the American Native peoples they have a greatly reduced lifespan due to the conditions they live under. And the only thing I can think of that would counteract a lot of that would be this vitamin. It's not a vitamin, actually, it's a hormone. It's a hormone that's found throughout the whole entire animal world. One thing that's interesting, too, about it, one animal that has the most of this vitamin C that are produced, and it's actually a hormone again, that produces the most vitamin C in its body per kilogram of weight is the goat. A goat. And a goat can eat anything on the ground, and it seems like it never gets sick. And that's really why. Actually, a veterinarian will tell you a goat very rarely ever gets sick, and if they get sick, usually it's life-threatening because it's something so severe that, they just can't produce enough vitamin C to overcome it. But rarely they ever get sick. This can actually vitamin C, the problem is oral vitamin C, even in supplements, a lot of times it can't get into the body quick enough to do the job. It could be IV vitamin C can work better. Now, I know about commercial liposomal vitamin C, which is, you can make the stuff, but the stuff you make doesn't really come out as the same as the commercial grade. And there's a reason that stuff is expensive, but it might be good to keep some of that on hand because between oral vitamin C and liposomal vitamin C, you could pretty much overcome any disease there is. It may take you $300 worth of freaking liposomal to knock out something in combination with oral vitamin C to knock it out. But just plain oral vitamin C on its own can do a lot to actually keep people much more healthy, give a lot more longevity to people, actually extend their lives a lot longer, be healthier. And these are pretty broad claims, but I've read enough about what the medical doctors have said about this, and I know there's a big conspiracy out there in the medical world to, keep these things hidden. And I'm going to actually tell you that my cousin up in Maine, she had cancer, which was considered terminal, and she was getting so pissed off at these doctors because they were chopping off body parts. They were doing some pretty horrible things. And they're removing the cancer. But they seem to never get all of it. And then they said she had about 4 months to live. You know what she did? She worked with the Penobscot Indians, American natives or Indians or whatever. I call it Indians because that's how I was taught. But we know what it means. American Native peoples in Maine. She worked with them, and this was a couple years ago. She supposedly had 4 months to live. She's still alive and well, and the cancer was receding. It tells you that these freaking doctors don't know a lot of stuff. I mean, I know about my grandmother. Used to know about dandelion roots. She used that for everything. That was another thing that the American Native peoples used a lot too. Now, this one I'm showing you here, Swanson Vitamins, vitamin C powder. It's not that bad of a deal. Sometimes you get stuff from Swanson Vitamins. It's not. They're pretty decent for the most part. But I found there's a lot better places than that to get the stuff. I'm not going to show it here, but it's Rhino. Like the rhinoceros, Rhino. Rhino sells vitamin C bulk powder. You can get it in like 1 kilograms or 5 kilogram pails or 10 kilogram pails. It's way cheaper than anything I've seen out there, and it's just pure ascorbic acid. You put some of that stuff in like drink or tea or whatever, and you drink that down every day. And I would recommend at least 10,000 milligrams a day. I'm doing 30,000 or more. Actually, a lot more than 30,000 sometimes. I feel fine. I just picked up this flu bug actually, a few days ago. It seemed like I knocked it out within a day, taking a lot of vitamin C, not just orally, but I had to take that liposomol, commercial grade, expensive stuff, because that's the stuff that gets in your immune cells too. The oral vitamin C doesn't do all the miracles by itself, but the liposomol combined with regular oral vitamin C does. But I realized sometimes I saw some of these statistics on American Native peoples and their life expectancy. Um, it's ridiculous. I know part of it's through alcoholism, but then a lot of the ravages from alcoholism can be counteracted by vitamin C because vitamin C repairs the body. There's other things too, actually, that work against that, but I guess that's a separate video. Maybe I should mention it here because I don't. Maybe I shouldn't mention. Well, I will mention it here. Actually, one of the things that the Russians did way back when, they used a beta wave brain stimulator because they were trying to get their generals off of alcohol. And I think this is back in the 70s. Um, and they were trying to find a way to help them with the withdrawal symptoms of getting off of alcohol for like military um, efficiency or military necessity, because a lot of the generals in the Russian Soviet army, Soviet at the time, had drank a lot of vodka and they're alcoholics, right? And what they found is they developed this beta wave stimulator, and the first one to use it here in the West was Meg Patterson. Actually, she worked with Pete Townsend to get him off of heroin. Actually, kicked the heroin habit. Now, the device that is sold today is actually the Soda Instruments BioTuner. That's what it is. I don't know how the hell that would work, but people trying to kick some bad habits, that might help. That's the thing. I don't know. I don't have any double-blind studies on it, but I know where the original source of that work came from. It actually came from the Soviets, and it was designed specifically to help people that were Soviet generals get off of help them with withdrawal symptoms from stopping drinking alcohol, which is another thing Native American people seem to have a problem with sometimes. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be a popular video. YouTube's going to gig the shit out of it or whatever. I don't know. I'm really just putting it out here as this is stuff I know, and I don't think, the fact that I put, Save the Lakota on the title, might be reaching the right type of people that I'm trying to reach, because I could tell people a lot of different things about different herbs and different nutrients and things that can help the body, and it gets confusing. I'm thinking about what's the best for the dollar. The best for the dollar is that powdered ascorbic acid, vitamin C. It just plain, it doesn't have to be exactly the same as, because, vitamin C is vitamin C, whether it's synthetic or not. I know people argue about that left and right, but the stuff that doctors use to cure people with intravenous vitamin C and oral vitamin C is very helpful too. You take it up to a point where you get the bowel intolerance. In other words, you take it up to a point where it makes you have to take a number two. You got to go take a dump. Um, and then you just back off a little bit. But actually, as you take more of this stuff, you find that you could take more of it without getting that bowel intolerance effect. So I'm taking good 30,000 milligrams of this stuff. I mean, virtually nobody could take that right off the bat. But I'm gotten so used to it, and that I'm taking that much of it every day. Now, am I going to live to be 200 something years old? I don't know. I mean, really, I don't know. I don't know. What is it? Is it going to give me 5 more years of life? I don't really know. I don't know. But I do know a lot of different medical studies about this stuff that for the money, because there's a lot of expensive herbs out there that get ridiculous. Like shaga is another one. That's another one up in Maine that you might see some of the American native peoples grow. It's shaga. It's like from a tree bark. It's very good. It's got, a lot of nutrients in it, but it's not cheap. But as far as vitamin C goes, that's the cheapest you can get. And for the money you're spending, you're getting probably the best antioxidant there is in the entire world. But it's not just an antioxidant. It helps the body repair. It helps the body repair the heart. It helps the body repair the blood vessels. As a matter of fact, I can get long and windy on this and talk about other things too, like coconut oil, but which can actually help the body heal topically. But as far as vitamin C goes, for the money, I don't think there's anything as good as that. Like you could say colloidal silver is an antimicrobial, but colloidal silver is not going to help the body heal. And that's the trick with vitamin C. It's antimicrobial, and it helps the body heal too.